Hello, I am the Builder, and today's command block minigame this is TNTRun. Yep, classic TNTRun. So basically you run over the blocks and then they start disappearing until you fall through. So that's what we're going to be making, or I already made. So here's the scoreboard objectives that you'll need to create. You're going to need to create TNT, TN timer, and then TNT clock, and those are all dummy objectives. And then over here, you're going to need to make a clock like we made before, so that all these command blocks can run. So here's how the mechanics of this work. As I'm running along, it constantly spawns armor stands, invisible armor stands. So as I'm walking, they'll be falling, and then once they are here, once they've been spawned for like almost a second, then it sets air right below them, which means after a second it'll set air wherever I walk, because that's where they'll be summoned. So that's how I use it. So I do that to create a little bit of a delay. That way it's a little bit nicer. You can set it to any delay you want. So over here we have, this is what's summoning the armor stands. So it's a /execute at all whose score of TNT clock is between 1200 and 300. So that means like that's just the timer I'm using. So you spawn in, after it gets to 300 ticks, then the game will start, and it'll start spawning, and then when it gets to 1200 ticks, it'll end, and then they'll stop spawning. And then, so TNT is basically the score for if they're in the game. Then here, every tick I'm adding a TNT timer score to these armor stands that I'm spawning, so they're just constantly ticking. And then here, once they get to 5 ticks, then they'll set air 1 block below them. So then that's how the blocks break. This, let's see here. Alright, yeah, so this just clears them. This clears the player so they can't hold anything. You don't really need it for that. Then this kills the armor stands when they get to 8 ticks. So that prevents, like, if an armor stand spawns like right here, then it's only technically on 1 block, so only 1 block will turn into air. The other 3 will remain intact, and the armor stand will be able to still stand like this. But so if you're running along, after a minute there's going to be like thousands of armor stands, and that's going to be really laggy. So I just kill them off whenever they get past. So by that time, by 8 ticks they should have fallen already, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then over here, okay, so over here this is how I teleport them, and this is how I end the game basically. So I add to the player, if they have a TNT score at all, then I'm going to be constantly adding a TNT clock score of 1. So that's just going to start rising on the right hand part of the screen. And then if they get to 1,190 ticks, it's going to kill all the armor stands. And if they're anywhere above that, it's also going to kill them. Then over here, it's going to fill that area with wool. So then it'll fill it with wool, reset the map. Then over here, it will teleport them back there. This one will reset their TNT clock score, and this one will reset their TNT score. And then they're going to, what's going to happen is they're going to spawn right on that red block, like inside this red block. So they're going to spawn here, and then they're going to fall onto the pressure plate, which will also get rid of their TNT score, just to make sure it doesn't happen. So then the TNT clock won't keep going. Then over here, these are just some TNTRun commands that just like in the chat. This one says start in green. It says it when they start spawning armor stands. And then this one says thanks for playing, and this one says the map will reset. So over here we affect the player with it's not an invalid format. I got the effect, so it's okay. So this basically makes sure they don't have hunger. This one gives them swiftness, and this one gives them regen 5. So if they get hurt, it will always just regen them. And then over here we have it'll reset their TNT clock score just in case they had one from a previous round. This one will put them in adventure mode. Then this command block it gives them a TNT score, so that gives them 1. Then it teleports them into the map. So then this will start running. So I think I will play a game now. Alright, so that's my TNT clock. Once it gets to 300, it'll say start, and then the blocks will break. So I don't have to run until really close. I'm gonna run now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Like the armor stands are invisible, so you can't see them, but you can't really touch blocks. Even if I was in creative, I wouldn't be able to break this, because there are so many armor stands, it wouldn't be allowed to. So, and then just the clear lag, there's not going to be like 1,000 armor stands in between, they're just going to be killed right away. I'm pretty sure I can make multiple levels of this. I haven't tested that out, but I bet it's possible. I could just put in a level here and then have another fill command block over there, and yeah. So that's TNTRun. The map just reset, and you saw how that went. It's pretty quick. It was about a minute game, so you could always make the map bigger or smaller, or set the time larger. I'm gonna play again. That was pretty fun. Alright, let's do this. This time I'm going to sprint. Walking was a little bit too nice. Alright, 300 ticks. I better start running. And one thing to know is that even if you jump, so like if I jump, it's still going to break the blocks, so jumping won't help in that area. So it makes it a little bit more difficult than like normal TNTRun, but not that much more difficult. Like I've seen other maps, like I've seen basic things on YouTube about how to make TNTRun, and I didn't really like the way they did it, because I've seen like it's I've seen okay. Oh well. So I'm gonna reset my TNT scar. So I've seen other maps where it like sets air like directly below the player. And I noticed that it doesn't have a delay, and it doesn't seem as good compared to the actual plugins that you would see on servers. It's not as nice. You have to be like on your toes and stuff. It's like I want a little bit of a delay. I think it makes it a little bit nicer. And then I know like the most basic ones, or most basic TNT runs I've seen are like they just take a layer of TNT, a layer of gravel, and then a layer of pressure plates. I think that's a little bit laggy, and then it also, I think it makes it a little bit, they disappear a little bit too quickly. So I think this one looks a lot more like the actual plugin than some of the other ones I've seen. So that's why I decided to make it this way. Well, if you like this video, you think it's epic, which it is, you should definitely consider subscribing. I'm going to be making many more of these command block minigames out of command blocks. And if you have an idea for a minigame I should make, then just tell me. Like that one. That was a fun one. I wonder what else I could make. Maybe like adventure maps or something like that. I can make an adventure map. That'd be fun. Well, I think that is all for now. So until next time, builders, farewell.